Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new top 10 video here on the channel. Now Skylanders, they sure do take a lot of risks for the benefit of others. As fighting evil, it tends to take its toll and put their lives at risk. Luckily for a select number of Skylanders, they have companions to help them fight the evildoers. I think it's time we celebrated these companions to the Skylanders, as they deserve recognition for being the driving force that ultimately motivate these Skylanders by creating a mutual bond with them. The closer this bond, the higher the companion will rank in this list. I'm also looking out for well-designed companions that fit aesthetically with their Skylander allies. Now, let's roll the intro without further ado. I'm going to kick things off with an honourable mention being Bad Juju and Juju Jr. It's a shame Juju Jr. isn't on the base with Bad Juju here. That would have made the figurine itself all the more glorious. This is just short of a list, as I can't in good conscience put both her and Sonic Boom on the same list for Skylander Companions. Sonic Boom pulls off the family dynamic much better. She also did it 5 years earlier, which doesn't look as good on Bad Juju. However, this bond between mother and son is still really strong and is implemented into the moveset really well. If you can keep track of Juju Jr. in combat, you can summon the lightning to his position as enemies surround him. Then if he returns to you by travelling through enemies, on the path back they'll be knocked over. It's a similar strategy to the axe in God of War, where returning your axe through enemies' backs increases its stun damage. Kicking us off at number 10 is Cinder. For her soul gem, she acquires a ghostly ally that will hone in on enemies and attack them on your behalf. This can be a real lifesaver, as it can deal damage to enemies whilst you maintain your distance, so you don't take damage from their attacks. This ally always sticks with you through sunshine and rainfall. The idea of always being able to depend on your companion for support, well, it's heartwarming, and it's this inseparable bond which makes it such a captivating companionship. The only thing that could have made this bond even more apparent is being able to see such a close ally on her figurine for the reposes. As it stands, it seems Cinder wasn't willing to give up her spotlight in her room on her base for her beloved ghostly ally. So selfish, after all the companion does for her. For number 9, I have Double Trouble. On his figurine, you can see the bond he has with his doubles visually, as he's looking to his double, which is looking confident and battle ready, thanks to the sheer amount of detail put into that small double of his. The two are a very capable team, and to dedicate this pose to showcasing the bond between Double Trouble and his doubles really emphasizes that relationship they have. The way he looms over Double also alludes to the protective nature Double Trouble has for it. He sees his doubles as the sons he never had. The problem is that no matter how cute the double is, and how strong the bond is, Double Trouble is still literally sending them to their deaths, as once they're summoned, they approach enemies only to explode and deal damage to them. I suppose their sacrifice is what showcases how much they care for Double Trouble. It's just so heartbreaking to see such doubles explode in this manner. I'm not crying, you're crying.
You can't keep getting away with this!
For number 8, I have Shortcut's puppets. These guys do expire after a while, but I like to think Shortcut uses their resources to craft new puppets. The positive power of recycling and all that. Why I love these companions so much is not just for the cuteness factor, but also the detail and how they look. They are handcrafted with love and passion. Shortcut has poured everything he has into making these puppets look awesome, and so if that's not great companionship, I don't know what is. If only this companionship was a little more permanent, and his puppets could last forever, but one could only dream. For number 7, I have T-Rex, whose soul gem is similar to that of Cinder's, but rather than receiving a ghostly ally, he gets a woodpecker pal who nests on his back. The detail this adds to T-Rex's build is incredible. He is a tree, and so it makes sense that birds would nest there. The cleverness in the design, and that his woodpecker pal is always willing to fight for T-Rex and for his home no matter what, It is so incredibly captivating, and you instantly fall in love with the companionship these two protective forces of nature show for one another. Like Toothless and Hiccup, they would do anything for each other.
Challenging the Alpha to protect you!
For number 6, I have Fiesta. He summons the little amigos who play their own instruments. What these allies are called instantly craft a family dynamic, as friends that stick by you no matter what are practically family. All of these amigos which play alongside each other add even greater rhythm and investment into the fast-paced nature of Fiesta's gameplay, and they allow you to create your full mariachi band, so there is a theme created by this companionship, the theme of togetherness and what true friendship and faith in one another can create. Once again, it would have been nice to have seen these amigos on the bass alongside Fiesta, but like all of the other gimmick characters thus far, we'll let this one slide, as gimmick characters don't really get a chance for reposes, and minis do not count. For number 5, I have Zulu. Where this character lacks in companions on the actual figurine itself, it more than makes up for with the detail on the figurine. You see increments on his staff and belt buckle which directly honour Zulu's animal friends. He displays their symbols with honour and uses them as a warning that the companionship he has with his animals will spell out doom for all of those who oppose him. It really sends a strong message, and better yet, when summoning his creatures, Zulu always seems to have a smile on his face. He feels joyous to see them, and he's honoured to fight alongside them. The personality he has, combined with the animal's dedication to protect and fight for him, craft a powerful and intricate story of companionship. For number 4, I have Rocky Roll. For companion in this case being the Rock, who's always willing to roll around and provide transport for his good friend. They each have a mutual understanding and love for one another. They will never abandon one another, and they fight like a hive mind, as they're so close they practically read each other's thoughts. If a rock can even have thoughts, that is. But the detail on said rock, as well as the gremlin himself, it crafts a compatible personality for each other, where you truly see their friendship blossom. For number 3, receiving our bronze medal is Fright Rider. Rider being the name of the ostrich, and Fright the name of the elf, opposite to what you expect, which is pretty clever. What makes this companionship so good is the backstory behind these characters. His backstory reads, Ryder and his magnificent ostrich Fright were the finest jousting team in all of Skylands, but after winning the championships for a 3rd straight year, a jealous competitor placed a curse on the elf that sent him to the land of the undead. Not wanting to be without his partner, Fright, who up until this point had been afraid of nearly everything, ate a bag of scaly oats that turned him into a skeleton so that he could brace the journey to the underworld to save his friend. Grateful for being rescued, Fright Rider returned to the surface, dedicated to helping others while still dominating an occasional jousting tournament from time to time. This backstory perfectly demonstrates the bond these two have. Fright overcame his fears to save the person most important to him, which is the finest display of bravery I have ever seen, since bravery isn't the absence of fear, but rather not allowing fear to get in the way of doing what is right. Fright may have ironically been frightened of just about everything, but he overcame that just for his best friend. Again, I'm getting How to Train Your Dragon 2 vibes over here.
Please, you are my best friend, but my best friend. Attaboy, that's it!
Anyways, Ryder was also inspired by his friend and changed his lifestyle to help others just like how he was helped, and this is all in dedication to his friend. The gameplay and figurine draw attention to this unbreakable bond between the two, and it brings a smile to my face knowing the friendship these two possess. if they ever left each other. I just couldn't handle it. For number 2, I have Airstrike. If this guy's bird is magnificent and seriously well detailed, for Asian inspired design for Airstrike himself pairs very well with this huge magnificent bird. They're an aesthetically matching team, and the gameplay shows a dedication in training up this bird. I mean, he's a huge, intimidating creature, so therefore most others would be afraid of him, but that never stops Airstrike dedicating himself to training up his bird, so their fighting style would forever grow just as their bond did. But now they're so close, they fight as one, and they do anything for each other. Demonstrating a dedicated and passionate companionship through gameplay alone makes this companionship all the more captivating. I have the easiest number 1 I've ever had to pick out. Sonic Boom is our easy number 1 golden medal winner. On the Series 2 figurine, Sonic Boom's children are confident and eager for battle. They're ready to prove themselves by fighting for their mother, but she's still dedicated to protecting them as they are for her. Fighting as a family and creating this dynamic for the first time is a very powerful message to send to kids about the power of family, especially since they're probably playing Skylanders Forest Adventure alongside some sort of parental figure. Most parents also aren't willing to send babies to battle. Sonic Boom, however, isn't strict or overprotective with them. She's trusting and supports them doing whatever it is they wish to do. It shows what the family dynamic is capable of. She powers them up, so without each other they couldn't get by, and even when they can't get by, at the very minimum they have each other at least. It's for all these reasons that Sonic Boom gets a rightfully deserved first place, as her babies are easily the greatest Skylander companions that have ever been created. Let me know your list in the comment section below. Please be respectful of each other's opinions, but I don't feel as though there is any need to pry. After all, the Skylanders community tends to be a well-knit one, where we all care for one another and we support one another, much like what the companions do for their respective Skylanders on this list. With that being said and done, this video is coming to an end, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. By merely clicking on this video, you've shown support and helped it garner recognition so it can reach many other viewers here on YouTube. I'd love to see you take the extra step and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Also be sure to comment below and push that subscribe button whilst you're down there. By clicking elsewhere on screen, you can either check out a video that's specifically picked out for you, or you can check out the rest of the playlist for a series you just watched. Before ending off, I'd like to thank all of my Blazing Knights and Scorching Dragons whose support helped make these videos possible. I'll be seeing you in the next video, and until that moment arises, peace!